economics department of this university, the Kenya University, to talk to us about. Mr. Boabin is back online. Thanks for joining us again, Mr. Boabin.
Yeah, we are welcome.
Yeah. What effect will this subsidy have on the economy?
What subsidy?
We're talking of government deciding to absorb the expected increase in fuel prices for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, the economy works just like an individual. This government has to subsidize that one, as has been announced. What it means is that government is going to use resources that would have been used for other ventures in the economy to pay for that subsidy. So obviously, government may have to either raise additional resources or have to stop other projects in order to be able to pay for that subsidy. So obviously, it's going to affect the economy.
How do you think? Okay, carry on, sir.
Government has its own policies, and government has its own priorities. And once it's a fiscal policy matter, government has wide discretion. Government can decide whether to allow the economy to pay or allow people to pay for the increase, or government can decide to pay for it. So it's purely government decision.
Okay, so how justified would such a move be, looking at the economic situation of the country?
Yeah, you see, this government has set itself a policy of stabilizing the economy by controlling inflation and other macroeconomic variables. We know that when petrol prices are increased, I'm talking about the local prices, what happens is that they affect every aspect of the economy, because increase in petrol prices means that the cost of production in the economy is going to rise. And once cost of production rises in the economy, what happens is that there will be increases in prices and the economy can be destabilized. So government might have decided that instead of destabilizing the economy as it's able to stabilize it, it's going to absorb it. So obviously, as I said initially, it's purely government decision which we cannot challenge the government.
Mr. Boabin, I was asking of similar subsidies that were initiated by government in the past that may have plunged the country into huge debt. Would government not be repeating the same mistakes?
I don't know whether you are talking from facts, whether it's the huge debt or the huge deficit that we have was due to the government subsidies.
Okay, we're not certain of that yet.
I don't know for sure because we've not been told the causes of the subsidy, so I cannot agree with you on that. But obviously, as I said, if government has to subsidize, government must have funds to pay for the subsidy, because we know that we pay for the petrol when we import them from outside. So when we are not made to pay the price, government must have to look for resources. And then, if I hear the Minister of Energy correctly, he said that they are studying the market, and it's just for 2 weeks. So I don't think that just for 2 weeks can plunge the economy into huge debt. But then, obviously, either government will have to look for additional funds, or government will have to cut funds from other areas that the government might have spent on to pay for the subsidy. So I can't say for sure. But as I said, if you don't look for the funds, then government must have to borrow, and it's the borrowing that causes the debt. So if government can raise additional funds from other sources, then it will not have any effect on the national debt. But then if government is able to raise the funds through taxes and other means, then it must have to borrow, and it's the borrowing which will cause the economy additional debt.
Okay, let's shift our focus to reports of the Vice President expressing optimism that the country should be able to plunge into a single-digit inflation by the end of this year. Inflation for last month, if I remember correctly, was 14.23%. How possible is it that Ghana is going to be in a single-digit of inflation by the end of this year?
Yeah, you see, one of the main, if you look at the inflation figures for Ghana, one of the main contributors is food inflation, around the December, January, February, March, food inflation, that is the cost of food items, rises sharply because of the dry season, because by that time you would have consumed all our reserves as far as food is concerned. Now, if you follow this government correctly, you realize that one of the things that they are trying to do is to boost agricultural production. So probably the vice president's estimation, by probably September or August or September, some of the policies they have to put in place might have matured enough to reduce the contribution of food items to national inflation. If they are able to bring that one down, then his estimation or his prediction may be fruitful. But if they are not able to bring that down and we continue to experience what we are experiencing now, then I doubt whether that single-digit inflation targeting is a possibility.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, if government is able to tackle agriculture to boost food production, then we should be plunging into that single digit.
Of course, you know that Ghana is purely an agricultural country, and if you are able to boost our agricultural production, then we are on the right path. We are on the right path.